A common conflict, it's no secret, for many marriages comes down to money. But that conflict doesn't always lie within a dollar sign. Today we turn to psychologist and Studio 5 contributor, Dr. Liz Hale, for advice on how to manage money in marriage. And this is a juicy topic. We know you've taught us it's one of the top 3, right? Top 5? You
know, it depends on what research you look at. It could indeed be right up there. But let's just say it's #1 cause of divorce. I'm not saying that, but it's up there. Could be, maybe not. But anyway, if it's #1 cause of divorce, we also then can springboard on that same type of energy and create even more understanding. So there's, 2 parts, as we've talked about before, the math and meaning of money. But if we could use that same energy just for understanding, that's where the secret is.
What do you mean then that it's not in the dollar sign? You say the conflict sometimes, the misunderstanding goes far past just numbers in your bank account.
Yeah, those are the financial numbers, and then there's really kind of the meaning and the juiciness. When we first get married, we even talk about money in our marriage vows. What do we talk about? Traditional vows are for better, for worse, in sickness and in health,
for richer,
for poor.
I never thought of it like that.
And as soon as we get married, 2 people marry, instantly, one is automatically richer and one is automatically poorer. It's just the law of averages. So no wonder money is fraught with energy and conflict.
You want to draw a couple's attention to what you call emotional bank accounts. What do you mean by that?
There is there's the dollar, and then there's also the equity of the dollar, let's say, and then there's the equity of energy and equality and time spent together and unconditional love. That's really where we can benefit the most too. And we're either 2 things. We're either making those deposits or we are withdrawing them.
Emotionally.
There's really no other way. Yes, emotionally. And what we really want to have is be in the positive. You often hear that, right? We're in the positive versus the negative. Positive sentiment override. We want to have more positives put into that account to build it up so that when we have tough times and misunderstandings, we can draw on that emotional bank account.
So you're saying essentially a stronger relationship hopefully equals less conflict when it comes to these big topics like money. Moving on to kind of literal financial accounts. We try to muddle through marriage, I think, a little bit when it comes to money topics. And you say often with a great deal of misunderstanding. We just don't know what we're talking about. We don't know what we don't know. How can that education really bolster our couple connection over this topic?
Again, we think it is just the dollar sign, right? And there's just so much more meaning to it. I think it's really helpful for couples to kind of dig underneath, like what makes you tick with money and what makes your partner tick, and find out about that. What were they like when they were kids? What did they do with their Halloween candy? Did they hoard it? Did they share it? Did they stockpile it? Did they trade it? What were they like? Because some people really feel that our personalities about money are in our DNA that really don't change too much as adults.
And those are small. I mean, I wouldn't connect Halloween candy as a kid, right, to money or saving habits down the road. So you're saying even those small little themes from your childhood or your perceptions of money, how you were raised and brought up, can really play out in the long run.
It does. It seems to.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. We're looking now at a money map, as you call it. Explain this concept.
So again, it's more along the lines of what makes you tick and what makes you feel comfortable with money. What do you need? It's really not about having more money. It's what do you do with the meaning of money? What does that mean to you? How much do you need to feel comfortable, though, in savings, for instance, before you'll go spending? So I'm really interested in the personalities. There's a book that I would love everyone to get.
What is it?
And it's called, I think we're going to put it up on our screen here, but it's called, it's from The Money Couple. And I think it's just so good. It's about the 5 money personalities, written by this darling couple here, and even just your exposure to who they are, the Palmers, I think is just really lovely. They've been married almost 20 years. They're both financial planners. Why they wrote this book is because they got so disheartened about creating these great plans for couples and even retirement ventures, only to have these couples report that they're getting a divorce. Because there is so much of that around money. People feel misunderstood, they feel controlled, they feel disrespected. So I thought this was really interesting. There's a simple test you can take, themoneycouple.com. You took it, and Mark
texted me last night and said, "Does Mark want to take this quick quiz?" It was quick. It took like 10 to 15 minutes.
It is quick.
We took it in opposite rooms. I was kind of click-clacking working in the bedroom, and he was watching a game in the living room. And shockingly, I don't know if this is shocking, but it was to us, we got the exact same match, money match, on this quiz.
Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. So this couple works with thousands of couples. They have yet to see someone with the exact same personalities.
We totally did.
So there's a primary personality with money and a secondary personality.
So I jotted it down here. Hold on, I screenshotted my results.
I remember, you're the spender.
We were were the spender as our, was that bad?
Yeah, that's great.
Psychoanalyze me, Liz.
And you're the security seeker.
Yeah, that was our second, was the security seeker. So we're generous with our money, but we're also, I hope, smart with our money and how we're saving.
I would think shopping for your kids at Christmas, you and Mark must have a blast. And then eventually one of you on the drive home is probably going to say, oh, why did we spend quite so much? Because then that security seeker steps in and says, ooh, maybe we should pull that back a little bit.
That's usually me.
Maybe we should return that.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice combination, but highly unusual. And so I imagine your money fights then are really slim to none.
We don't have very many money arguments. That hasn't been a source of conflict.
You're one mind. That's so exciting. Oh, I'd milk that. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
So I'm similar. I'm just the opposite of you, though. So I'm first seek for that security, okay, and then I will spend. So once I know I've got money in the bank and savings are going okay, then I don't mind spending.
What's Ben?
I don't mind spending on quality. And Ben, of course, is security first, and then a saver. Oh my goodness, yes, he can just kill the joy right out of a vacation. He can, but what I thought was so nice that we could talk and I could show him, like, see, honey, I really do like security.
Yeah.
I really can manage the dollar, and I look for a good deal. I love a good deal, but he loves a good deal even more. He loves it when you get a good deal, you know?
He celebrates your good fortune that way.
So the personalities are fine, but there's strengths and there's challenges in both of them.
I love that you touched on, though, a theme that I think might help turn money talk in the right direction, it would seem, is focusing on what we have in common. Like you said, you and Ben were both able to connect over we're security seekers, right?
Yes,
is that helpful?
You're right. Learn the best from each other. It's great to be a saver. And it's great to be a spender. You know, it's great to let go of that money and to have a little fun also. So find out what you can learn from the other one. But just simply knowing that, I think, creates a lot of relief. It's like, oh, so that's why you do that. You're not trying to be controlling or manipulative. You just have a fear that motivates you to save. And to look high and low for a good deal. Where you and I are different, where you're a spender first and I'm for security first, is like, let's say a good deal comes on a stock. You will like, oh yeah, let's get some of that stock. And I'll be like, well, let's think about that. You know, let's look at all the options, let's see what else is out there. And I would miss a good opportunity where you jump at it. So
pluses and minuses all over the map.
Always it's a good thing. And we can't really change it, but to understand it is really the key.
The understanding. I really enjoyed that quiz. So we'll post a link for you on our website, themoneycouple.com. Thanks for drawing our attention to that. A great resource to jumpstart those conversations, see similarities, and like you said, just understand what's going on underneath the surface. I love this. Lizzie, thank you.
Me too. It's
Let's
fun.
go shopping.
Indeed.
Let's think about it first. Let's be smart and secure. Make sure our stocks are in order.
It's so cute.
And then go shopping.